It's time for another Instagram Designs My OC. Let's get started. Hello guys, so this week's video I'm going to be designing a character from the Instagram polls. Now if you want to participate in the future for the future parts of this series, you can follow me on my Instagram and it will be on screen. So we're going to start a new sketchbook. I have done the first page, but I thought that the very first double page spread in this sketchbook should be the Instagram OC. The next step would be to get my pencil wrap out. I recently got this at the Birmingham Craft Fair. I think it was halfway through last month, so I'm kind of new to this setup. So let's pick out some pencils. I usually pick out pencils like this. They're getting a little bit short, but then again, I've got small hands, so it should be fine. And I need an eraser. I put a pencil there just so it can focus a lot better. My camera likes to not focus, especially when there's just a white sketchbook here. So here is my Instagram. I'm going to open up this highlights folder and we are doing a boy. Okay, it's another boy. 52% to 48. Okay, let's write that down. So we have a baby boy. So let's just do one of these little things on the side. This will get me warmed up. I've been feeling a little bit art blocked lately, so hopefully this video should help with that. It's a boy, so the shoulders are a bit more stocky, I would say. Or maybe that's just my art block coming through right now. I don't know. It doesn't need to be anything special, just to flesh out some of the areas. Okay, the next poll is darker or lighter skin, and overwhelmingly more darker skin. So that's 77 to 23. Okay. So because that doesn't really give me much to work with at the moment, I'm just going to go to the next poll. And we have warm or cold climate, and it's a warm climate. Okay, I can work with that. I don't think we've had warm climate so far, or we might have had it with the second character. I will have links to the previous 2 episodes up in the iCard in the right hand corner if you would like to watch those. You don't need to watch those as a precursor to this video. I'm just letting you know. So warm climate. I think I put these in a different order to last time, so that's why I'm having a bit of issue with it. But we could work with this. Obviously with a warmer climate, the clothes are going to be less of an issue. I don't know. Or maybe more of an issue, who knows. We won't be putting him in a fluffy jacket, that's for sure. So I've just sketched this up just so I have something to work on afterwards. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to check the order that I used in previous videos. So I think we did actually rush ahead just a little bit with the warm climate. We definitely got that in the wrong order. So I think first, since we have this base, I'm going to go on to hair. And the hair, we have long 47% and short 53%. Okay, he's going to have short hair. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. And while I'm here, I'm just going to click the next one. Straight or curly, and it is going to be curly hair. Okay, no change there. People like my curly haired characters. I like them too. I don't know what kind of nose he can have. To be honest, I don't know whether he's human or not, so he might change. He will change. People have been saying my face shapes all look the same, and I completely agree. I really need to do more study work. But because I'm so busy at the moment, I can't really do that. So I've had to just try to balance everything out. I'm putting a nose on this one because it looked a little weird. Okay. I think when trying to figure out his face, I'm definitely going to look up a couple of photos of some people just to get his face down. But at the moment, it's just a placeholder, so it should be fine. So short curly hair. Curly hair. Whenever I think curly hair, I think Loki, but that's long curls. We could sort out that hair situation, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what his hair would look like. Let's just do this head. Let's look up some reference. We need reference. So how short are we actually going here? Because I don't know how short his hair is going to be. I don't know if it's just me, but I have a lot of trouble trying to do male hairstyles. Because I don't want all my male characters to look the same, even though in some way they kind of do, because I keep quite consistent style. Well, it's consistently inconsistent, my style is. We could have like this curly top. I mean, that could work. Make it fluffy at the bottom. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. I really like that. That looks kind of adorable. And also, this hairstyle could go in a cutesy way, but it also could go in an edgy way, depending on what the polls say. Let's just give him a placeholder face. And I'm giving him an expression that's neither cute nor edgy. He has quite the adorable face. Aww. I like him. I've never actually went with a hairstyle like this before. That could work. And it's short too, which fits the description. That's adorable. I like it. So I'm kind of curious if he's a human or not, because whether he is human or not actually changes everything. So let's actually see if he's human or not. And oh my god, he's human. Okay, that's different too. So this is actually quite the different answer from the last two videos, because they've been non-human characters every single time. This is the first human character that I've actually done. Obviously, I have a human twist to the other two characters, but this one is like fully human. So, okay, I'm down for that. Oh, let's kind of see whether he is tall or short, and also slim or heavier on the scales. So he is tall. Okay. I kind of saw him as a short boy, but I can work with tall. It feels like all my characters have been really, really tall recently. Because of that, I'm kind of thinking maybe in the next episode of this series, maybe going against what people want me to do, so the opposite of what the polls say. If you would like to see that as a future video, please comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that more, so that way we have some room to experiment. I wasn't originally going to flesh this one out, because I think in all these character videos I never really flesh out this one on the side. I'm still not 100% on the shoulders, but we can work on that. I suppose one of the next things I could do is work on the face. I'm just going to start off with this sort of base and then work off of it. Ooh, the face is a bit big. Let's shrink that a little bit. I wonder what the bridge of his nose could look like, because the nose, when you draw faces, the nose always changes the way the face looks. Usually what I do in my characters is if I want to change the way the character looks, I instantly will change the nose of a character. My character Hawk has a very haughty sort of nose. I would say the noses that I usually do are quite like swoopy. I imagine him being quite cute. Obviously this might be different when it comes to cute or edgy as an option, but let's just give him a nose that is sort of like this. It kind of like bulges out. It's kind of button-like almost. Obviously, it's not 100% different, but you can tell that there is quite the difference in the way that that would make the face look. Really speaking, I need to experiment more so with it. And also, because I'm using a quite blunt pencil, yeah, it's sharpened where you can see a lot of the lead, but the top of the pencil is actually quite blunt. So it's just roughing in a lot. So there's not really anything concrete. And because he's human, he can have regular ears and stuff. I wonder what kingdom to actually put him in, because I got so attached to the character in episode 2 because I made him a part of my kingdom of a Krell in my character universe, and instantly I loved him. Do I do the same with this character? Give him a kingdom? Well, I've got to give him a kingdom with a warm climate. Let me consult my OC universe map and we'll see where we can put him. So there's Cinder Ash. Cinder Ash is literally located on a volcano. I don't know whether it was said during the last video where I did Elias. That's the character's name, by the way. So Cinder Ash is here on the map, and I do actually have a climate line. So we're kind of looking in this sort of area. Oh, he looks really cute. Oh, I love him. I'm just fleshing him out more, and oh, I love him. I might play around with his eye shape, to be perfectly honest, because my regular eye shape in my style is I usually do something like this. So let's actually try a rounder sort of eye shape. Oh, that could look cute, because it's not too different from my actual style. But it is branching off a bit. Thanks, Windows. Love that. It was a Met Office weather update. Woo! Exciting. The dark skin tone. So that gives me a sort of idea of the direction of which the character's heading. I think I might give him thin eyebrows, because a lot of the time I give my characters quite thick eyebrows, especially the boys. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of brought out the chin a bit as well. He's looking different to a lot of my characters, I've got to say. Obviously, my style is going to have some consistency to it. Not a lot, but some. And you can definitely tell that it's my style, but you can see that it's a different character. Something that does change the way things look is definitely the shading. So I've put more angles into the bridge of that nose, where you can tell that this one has more of a direction of a swoop and then down, and then this one is more angular. Because of the pencil, it's kind of reflecting really badly, and I'm sorry about that. If you have a suggestion for a name, I'd love to hear it down below in the comments section. I'm just thinking if he is more on the edgy side, he would match Cinder Ash's aesthetic very well. But I think that would be really interesting if he was from Cinder Ash, but he was cute. Because if he was cute, then it would really be like a juxtaposition of it. Cinder Ash could work. Wire could also work as well. Wire is a kingdom with advancements in technology, so he could be quite the modern sort of character. His haircut kind of screams modern almost. Dune is a desert kingdom, so my character Bethany is from Dune. Dune doesn't really have a fashion or aesthetic. It has more of like an ancient Egypt sort of feel. However, like the ancient Egypt thing could be taken in many different ways. So I think before we decide on a kingdom, I think I'm going to actually put down whether he wears more feminine clothes or more masculine clothes. That way I can kind of get a feel of where he would be from, because some of these places have a kind of cultural stereotype or a very cultural bias, because there's all sorts of different characters in my character universe where they kind of like congregate in different kingdoms and different places. So maybe that should help me decide where he would be from. Okay, he wears feminine clothes. Oh, feminine clothes. That kind of puts him out of Cinderash. That definitely puts him out of Dune. Wire is possible. Wire is very, very possible. He could also be from Hallie. Hallie seems like a good middle ground. It doesn't seem like it's too much or too little. Wyatt and Hallie. It really depends on what his style is going to be and how he is as a person. It really could go either way. So I just googled feminine male clothes into Google and it came up with this sort of top. This is a very, very ugly drawing. Let's switch back to the rough pencil so it's easier to flesh this out. Let's just draw a base for it to go on. It sort of cinches in at the waist, and also it would be good for a warm climate as well, which is why I was like, oh okay, this could work very well. It kind of goes across here and it goes around the neck as well. It's not like a turtleneck or anything. I've just made it look like a turtleneck. Whoopsie daisy. Get my putty eraser, like a little bit of it. And it kind of bunches out here. Like you can see that there's folds and stuff. And that sort of style of top is actually very feminine. I've drawn the clothing folds wrong, which is very common of me. If I could draw the clothing folds right, yeah, it would work better. But that's just on me. But I actually really kind of like this top on him. I'll actually show you the reference picture I used just to give you an idea. Maybe some pattern could go on there as well. Like, oh, I think that could look cute. That could look really, really cool. I like that. I don't want him to blatantly wear a skirt just for the sake of wearing a skirt. So maybe doing a little mannequin kind of thing of him, maybe here, would be a good idea. Doing a little version of him and then doing a bigger version over the page. I think that will really, really help me to get the character outfit right. But yeah, I definitely want that top. I think I kind of want to go with shorts. Is that bad? I want to do shorts. Oh, and I think I could do like a hoodie tied around that kind of looks like a skirt. Oh, I think that would be really, really sweet. Like that. Aww. We don't know whether he's edgy or cute yet. And I'm already getting attached. This is what happens when I assign him to a kingdom in my character universe. I get attached. So before I turn the page and make his outfit complete, as I would say, I'm actually going to see whether he is cute or edgy and then work from there. So we have a tie. Oh, I actually got a message on Instagram asking me whether it was going to be a tie. What would I do in that situation? So let's actually see how many votes there are. And there are 109 votes each. Oh my gosh, this doesn't make my life any easier. I just went downstairs and asked my sister whether this character should be innocent or edgy, and she replied with innocent. And that is what I'm gonna go with. My sister has broken the deadlock. Since we now know that he is innocent and I have his outfit in a very, very rough style right now, I will make it a lot easier to distinguish what is what in a minute. But I'm actually now going to see if he has piercings or any tattoos, and also whether his hair is dyed or not. Okay, piercings is 71% yes, 29% no. So let's see if this character has any tattoos as well. So 39% no and 61% yes. This character has tattoos. Then we're gonna see if he has dyed or natural hair. And you can see by this, he has dyed hair. I could actually see him having natural hair, but let's go with dyed hair. So I've just looked up some photos, and I think he could actually have some wacky kind of colour. I'm thinking a light pastel colour because of the whole cute innocent sort of theme. So I'm actually going to start over this page and actually draw him from the front, because I've drawn him from the side, and drawing him from the front will actually give me an idea of what he looks like. I'm going to just do his face, and then I'm going to focus on tattoos and piercings. It's like, how do you do the bridge of his nose when it looks like this? He's got quite a big nose. I keep flipping the page just so I can see how the eyes are going to look. I hope it looks as good as the profile picture that I actually just did of him, so hopefully it does. There's no guarantee it will look as good though. He has cheekbones. I'm trying to work out the shape of like how I would do it from this angle, because doing different face shapes at different angles is actually a challenge for me. I'm just trying to take my time with it so I can get it right. Let's switch pencils. I keep flipping the page because I don't really draw this style of hair very often, so it's very much a new process for me. He's very cute. I love him. I'm already getting attached. The only thing is though, I don't have a clue on any kind of name, because the species of the last character gave everybody a bit of a clue as to what to call him. This one, there's no clue whatsoever, so it could go any kind of way, this one. So I think if it was going to be an edgy character, I would have actually made this side of the head more shaved, whereas it's actually just cut really short, so it's buzzed really short. He has, oh look at him, he is so cute. Oh, I'm gonna give him the cheekbones, but I'm also gonna give him dimples because he needs them. We need dimples because he's cute and innocent and he needs them in his life. I'm gonna make the neck a little bit thinner than I normally would. This is just to emphasize the fact that he is slimmer. I like it, but there's something off. It feels off in comparison to this one right here. Maybe it looks the same. Maybe my brain is playing tricks on me. Oh, now when I redraw the nose, his mouth just doesn't go with it. Ugh. That nose looks wrong again. I will never be able to get this right. Ah. He was looking cute for a minute and then I had to go and ruin it. Why? I don't know if it's just me, but I've literally just thought about this. He kind of has this Troye Sivan look going on. Obviously not completely Troye Sivan, but like, it's there. Am I seeing things? Please tell me down in the comments if you see it as well. Okay, let's do a more neater full body approach. I'm not really going to draw the facial details, or I might, it's just this is going to be more focused on the outfit rather than the facial details. I've gave him quite skinny legs. I don't know what his personality could be like, because that's something I usually think about when I'm creating characters. Because this is Instagram designs my character, it's a bit more up in the air. I think his personality will come when I see him, like, all of the elements together, if that makes sense. God, I always have trouble with the arms in this position. I do have a tendency of drawing arms either too long or too short. What is this video today? The drag yourself challenge, because ooh, I'm succeeding. Let's just do this hand here. Oh, that arm looks way too long, or at least in my opinion it does. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get much better than that. Maybe it's just the angle, but he doesn't look as like round as here. I like him better here than I do here, but I wanted a good idea of what his face could look like from the front, and this is an okay representation. It's not the best. So I made his cheekbone just a tad bit higher. Hopefully that should help me with the way he looks. So I'm just going to rough out where the outfit is, and then I'm going to neaten it up with my mechanical pencil. Oh, I'm kind of liking it. Oh, top comes up a little bit higher because it has the waistband around about here. Arms are actually on show. Maybe he could have a couple of tattoos on his arms and maybe on his legs as well. Okay, let's give him some feet and expand upon what he wears here. And I've actually made some notes of what that is, because I know if you were just looking at that without any context, you wouldn't know what it was. So I'm gonna do the denim shorts first. Oh, since like this is the more complicated version, I just realized I could make them have rips and stuff in them. I'm excited. Don't ask me what that noise was. So whereabouts were they? They were like just shy of the knees. So about here. That gives us plenty of room to play around with tattoos, because it could be here, it could be here. I don't think I want any tattoos on his face. I'm just doing some light shading on this one just so I can see what he looks like. I think I made his lash line a bit too bold with my thicker pencil, but we can fix that in the final drawing. It's just a development sketch. It's not really anything huge. I think he could have like those rolled up sort of denim jeans. I think that those would be cute. When I say cute, I mean the innocent and edgy pole. I love how spindly his legs look. The jacket tied around his middle. I'm hoping not to cover up too much of this top's waistline with the jacket. Monolith pencil. I think it's a Krita colour. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pencil. I got it from a scrawler box months ago, and it's a 2B. No, we kind of want that skirt silhouette. So I'm actually going to not do that. It's not the first time I've changed my mind. Oh, this arm is really driving me nuts. So what I'm going to do is just going to stick it behind the character, or at least to where it's not really much of a hassle anymore. Now I've switched over to my Palomino Blackwing pencil. This has a slightly darker lead than a 2B pencil, and it's really nice for sketching. It's just going to darken up some of my lines as well. I never really explored the idea of this character being muscular either, but I think with the aesthetic, I don't think he would be particularly muscular. So now comes the task of doing his tattoos. I'm actually not sure what to give him, because he just is bursting with personality already. It's like he is overflowing with too much personality. I love him for it. So in terms of tattoos, I know it doesn't sound relevant, but I'm kind of thinking that his tattoos would have something to do with where he's from. Maybe he lives on the border of Halle and Wire, and Wire is a very technological kind of place, and Halle has a lot to do with water and waves and stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking maybe a compass as his tattoo or something. Personally, I've always loved nautical themed stuff. My last name is Marriner, so of course I love nautical stuff. I think I did this a little bit too long, maybe. Okay. This is just a little rough around the edges sort of thing. So while I'm actually doing that, I actually have seen quite a few other little tattoos because I've currently searched up into Google cute tattoos and there's so many cute ones. One that's catching my eye is an ankle tattoo that's of a vine of leaves. And I think that could really work. I think that that could be really cool. Especially with Hallie, because Hallie becomes an abandoned kingdom at one point in its history. The vines could be a nod to the kingdom's history if he is from Hallie. I still haven't done his shoes yet, so I think because it's a warm climate kingdom, he wouldn't wear anything like too major, so I'm kind of thinking maybe sandals. I'm not very good at drawing feet, but this is just an example, just to give me an idea of what kind of design to go with. Also, him wearing flip-flops, or slides, as some people would call them, would make sense in terms of Hallie because it is a water kingdom with beaches. So I'm just sketching out the vine. Hopefully this should give me a little bit of a better idea. To be honest, when it comes to a final sketch, I might actually do it digitally, just so it's a little bit cleaner. I think the reason why I went from compass to leaves so quickly is just because I was on Google and whatever looks best I go to and I'm drawn to, and yeah, I've not really been sure about what I wanted with this, so hopefully this will work. So I've done this design. It's literally just some vines and leaves. I didn't want anything too complicated to do, and I still actually might go with the compass idea, or I might go with some birds or something. Just something really, really simple just to go here, because I think that space could also be really good for tattoos as well. So maybe just the simple way you draw seagulls. Now I've been umming and ahhing about coming back to the compass design. Obviously that wouldn't be the final thing. I just started something there and never finished it, and that's why it looks so simple and pretty bad, to be honest. But I kind of thought about it and it could go here. Something simple instead of like a very complex design of a compass that you see in a lot of tattoos. Maybe something incredibly simple. I get this vibe from him that he loves to explore the place that he is from. And these seagull designs, I think that these could work very well underneath this design as well. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's his tattoo designs done. That was easier than I thought it would be. I don't know, in terms of his flip-flops or slides, this is a very crappy shaped flip-flop. I really like the idea of the arrow going side to side. I think that could work very well. Now I've got to try and decide his colours and also his hair. That's going to be hard. Okay, let's actually get out my Kopecks and see what I can do. Sorry, I did the top too high. I was thinking in the proportions of girl characters for some reason. My brain is like completely fried today. This video is actually being filmed over multiple days because I get very distracted. So this is E71. E71 could actually work as a skin tone, to be perfectly honest. I use my E70s a lot. I could actually use a different tone. This is E25. E25 could work as a skin color. Obviously, I don't want it so dark that I can't put on tattoos. Obviously, when I'm doing base colors, I don't like my base colors to be too dark because otherwise I can't do any extras on top, like tattoos, for instance. So yeah, this color would actually be way too dark for me to do anything on top of it. Obviously, I would build up to that color in the skin tone, but I wouldn't start with it. E15. Oh, this color's quite warm. I actually really like that color. I think I personally like that color as a starting color for the skin. And this is E18. So this is a darker, more red toned color. Okay, his dyed hair color, what could it be? I mean, I kind of like the idea of it being teal or something. I've seen photos of people, teal or pink or lilac, like pastel colours. I definitely think he would be the kind of guy to have pastel hair. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little bit all over the place. I really like that teal colour and I really like this lilac colour. It's the problem is, which one should I use for the fashion and which one should I use for his hair? Oh no. Because even though I feel like he should have dyed hair, I feel like going with blonde is just a complete cop-out because I went with an ombre sort of thing for a different character and I felt like I copped out a little bit. We could go crazy and have a really bright colour like this orange, but I kind of like the pastel idea because of his like cutesy, innocent nature. Oh, why is this so difficult? Why am I so indecisive? So there's this blue-violet colour that could work. So this is E41. It's like a beige sort of colour. He could just have it bleached. I definitely want his curly hair to be light on top. Whether it gets darker as it goes down his head, that could be an option. It could be this cooler toned colour that I've been using for everybody else's hair and skin tone. Also, in terms of the clothing, this colour, E07, is very muted sort of red colour. I think that it could work for his top. This colour is called Ice Ocean. Yeah, B000 could work. Now, I know some people are going to ask me in the comments, why am I using Kopecks and not watercolour? The reason why I'm using Kopecks is because they dry really quickly. Obviously, I'm going to try and mix and duplicate these colours in watercolour, so hopefully it should all be fine. I mean, there could be like a really bright, like purpley pink, because I've been wanting to put purple in his design. However, do I put it on his t-shirt? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Oh yeah, E04 is not reacting well. Not as well as I first thought it was going to. Okay. So over here, I'm just going to do a little mannequin of him again. I actually really like the ocean blue kind of colour. However, it's really, really difficult. I always find doing darker skin tones actually more difficult. This is without any kind of pencil underneath it, so hopefully this will be a better frame of colour reference. Still not sure about his hair colour. This is too dark, but this, how about BG000? I don't think that should really have a gradient. However, I feel like the blue and orange could work very well. So maybe like instead of these shorts having a gradient, maybe this top having more of a gradient of this light mahogany colour, just darkening it up towards the bottom. Or we could go from the top. Let's experiment with that. I'm thinking maybe the teal kind of colour. Teal colour could go around here maybe. Ooh, that clashes way too much. I'm kind of back to square one with this. Why is it so difficult to come up with a colour scheme? Oh my god. Darker could work, but I feel like it clashes more. Warm, dark skin tones are actually really hard to work with. That's what I've noticed. Because even when I was working on my Fire Kingdom characters, they had very much warm, dark skin tones, and they were really hard to come up with colour schemes for. So I'm thinking that this is kind of going to be the same. Purple jacket that looks like a skirt. Then that leaves out the hair, which is annoying. Maybe like green. Then, because I wasn't really sure of what to do next, I just did this headshot of him just to get used to him a bit more. I didn't really talk much while doing it, so I just thought I'd put in this little bit of commentary just to explain. So I just finished this headshot of him. I do like this headshot. I also like that headshot as well. I think both of them are very valid, but I think they're slightly different in terms of age. They definitely look different age-wise. This one looks younger, whereas this one looks at least a little bit older. Now let's get to the final picture to see what this character will look like. Now we get to the final image, and I'm so excited about this one because there's so much that goes into a character, and just to see it all come together is just so good. So I'm going to use this section of video just to talk about my afterthoughts about creating the character, and definitely some of the challenges I had throughout. Now, just before I do that, I'm going to say that I did this on hot press paper. I've been using a lot of cold press watercolour paper recently, but I thought I'd do it on hot press because it's a lot smoother and it's a lot easier to do all the fine details, especially those tattoos. Oof, they are detailed as all hell. So detailed, in fact, I used a 0.03 pen. The pen nib is almost non-existent, and I couldn't breathe while using it. But it was really good to get back to line work pens because it feels like forever since I've used them. Because I'm still in the process of editing this and also recording this part of the commentary of the video, I don't actually know if I made it clear enough what kingdom this character would be in. This character would be in either Wire or Hallie, kind of maybe in between the two because I'm very indecisive as a person. So his tattoos are very much vines and also a compass. A compass kind of stands for Hallie's nautical element and also Wire's technological element. He also has like birds, the kind of birds that you would draw when you're little in a beach scene. I'm not sure how to describe them, except for two lined birds. He also has vines on his ankle. Something about this video that makes it different from the previous two episodes is that I took a huge break in between filming. I had other things going on, and also I just was having a little bit of a crisis internally in my head, just like, is this character turning out right? I'm scared, what if I get him wrong? Obviously he was still in the development stage, so I don't know why I thought that, but my brain is weird. I pretty much thought of myself as a failure, and I didn't really know where the character was going. With the other two characters, I kind of had an idea of where the character was ending up after a certain point, but this character, no such luck. That's why I had so much trouble trying to come up with colours. I just did not know what colours I wanted to go for, and you'll be able to see it at the end when I actually go through all the pages, so you can actually see how confused I was. There's more development pages with this character than there is for the last two, and that's because of my confusion and my utter fear that this character was gonna turn out really bad or really wrong. The whole point of this challenge is to bring me outside of my comfort zone, and this time it definitely delivered on that. If I did have more control over this character would not have been tall. It would have been a short character because I wanted a cute little bean But no, we got another string bean, which I'm totally okay with. Because this character didn't have a particular species, the personality was a lot harder to figure out, because in the previous 2 episodes, the species gave me an idea of what the personality would be like, as well as with the cute and edgy sort of thing. So to help me out with the personality traits, I actually just decided to use the feminine clothing, just ramp that up and turn it into more of a personality sort of thing, as well as the cute aspect of his personality. He would want to be cute and very feminine, and I think what really helps that is his silhouette. His silhouette has a very feminine look to it, which was what I was going for. I think my favourite thing overall about this character is his hair. His hair just looks really, really cool. I wasn't expecting it to be pastel pink, but I actually really like his hairstyle. I've never really done a hairstyle like that before, or at least not to my knowledge that I haven't. I don't know, maybe it's just his face, but he kind of gives me Gabriel Samora vibes. I don't know if it's just me. Please comment down below if you see it too. So let's show off the character from start to finish. So we started on this page, we thought about the body type and also the hair. I really still love that picture of him. He's so cute. Obviously it's not the final design, but oh, the way I made his hair look is just really cute. And then we have a more finalized version of him. And then I was playing around with the kind of nose and the eye shape, as well as the face shape with the chin. And then I was trying to decide what kingdom he belonged to. A really rough design of what the top looks like, and a really rough design of what his entire look looks like. Then going into a front headshot. He kind of looks like that in the final design, but he kind of doesn't. It's kind of a mix of another headshot that I did on the next page and this one. Then we go into a more detailed look of what his clothes look like, because you can't really distinguish what this is. Then we go into tattoos. I pretty much used all of my ideas for tattoos because I thought that it would be a good idea. And then we have a shoe design. I didn't really think about the shoe design, I just thought an arrow would look cool. And there's a lot of colour swatching because I was trying to decide on what his skin tone should be, what his clothes should be, and usually I can gauge a good design from that. But yeah, it didn't really fare too well. So I ended up doing all of these. So all of these color combinations, they're literally just scribbles. As you can see, I tried many different color combinations, and this is the other headshot that I kind of mixed with this headshot to create the final look of the character. And something that I didn't show you guys that I worked on after I did all of this development, I actually also tried to come up with a pose, and it didn't work very well. In the end, it was kind of like a mix of this one and this one that I went with. So to show you the final design, and this is the final image. Afterwards, I added all these curls because I thought that they would be cute, and I outlined him in white. So I really hope you like this character, and he currently doesn't have a name, so I would like you to comment down below a suggestion for what his name could be. But if you would like to participate in this series in the future, please follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting story polls for you guys to vote on for the next character. If you like this video, you can give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already with those post notifications on for notifications for every time I post a video and live stream. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!